This is going to be an emergency extraction video for the T-33 Shooting Stars, November 933 Golf Charlie, November 133 Hotel Hotel, and November 133 Delta Victor. Number one, unlike modern military aircraft where the rescue is on the left side of the aircraft, this aircraft, the T-33s, clearly tell you rescue, emergency control on the other side. So the rescue on the T-33 is the right side of the aircraft. Alright, the T-33 has 3 sealed dry lead-acid batteries in the nose. If you need to get to them, you can open these 3 latches here, get to them, and they are disconnected by curled knob quick disconnects. If the engine is running on the ground, you do not have to worry about being sucked into the intake. On the ground, it sucks its air through the top of the, you can see those little doors up on top of the fuselage, which are spring-loaded, and they go in. On top of the fuselage, on the ground, the jet actually sucks its air, the engine sucks its air through these pendulum doors right here. And you could actually, if you needed to, you could get, you could shoot fire retardant or, foam down the intakes or in those 2 panels right there on top of the fuselage. In the event of a fire, you can shoot water or fire retardant down the intake. You can also shoot inside these spring-loaded doors right here. And in the event of a controlled letdown, if I know I'm going to come in, maybe my gear up or I have an issue, I am going to sterilize the jet before I come in. I am going to unlock my canopy, and I'm going to shut down all the fuel pumps, the power, and the electrical system. In the event I am not already out of the aircraft, or you need to access the aircraft, and it's not a dire emergency that we're not on fire, you can open this hatch right here, open, you can open it. That's if I'm going to do a controlled letdown. If I'm not going to do a controlled letdown, and you get to me, this handle is stowed right here. Locked, the canopy being locked is going to be rearward like this. And you can, that will be locked is back, but it's going to be, so that would be locked. You can move this forward to unlock it, and then open the canopy right here. There's a red handle right here, so if you're on the wing and you see it and it's forward, the canopy is unlocked. If it's back, it is locked. So you can put this in, move it forward, unlock the canopy. You can also crank, after it's unlocked, you can also put this on here and crank it up or down. In the event of a fire or an emergency that you need to get me out, there is a rescue right here. Push button, open the door. There's 9 feet of cable. You run it out, it will blow the canopy, and it should go up and back and land on the tail. If there's no wind. If there's wind, the 9 feet of cable gives you room to get out of the way when it's coming down. Important note of fact on that though, if the canopy is open at all, it will blow the rod from the bottom of the jet and slam the canopy down at the same time. So if my arm's hanging out or something, it could take my arm off. So you want to make sure it's closed if you're going to do this. And you can either close it electrically or crank it closed and then blow it if you need to. As far as the seats go, the seats are hot. The right handle, yellow handle, will activate the seat. To be safe, you want to cut these 2 stainless steel lines on each seat, both of them, and that will de-arm the seat. The squib will still go off, but it will not activate the rocket. An important fact is if the front seat goes, the rear seat's going to go whether it's pinned or not. So cut both of the stainless steel lines on both seats. As far as the ejection seats go, the right handle on the seat, you can see it right there, and that pin, that is what will blow the seats. The back seat will go even if the front seat's, if the back seat's pinned and the front seat goes by accident, the back seat goes whether it's pinned or not. To de-arm the seats, just cut both of these stainless steel cables on the front and rear seat. Okay, to get me out of my seat, You can see the buckle right here. You have to open and spread it to get it apart, and then the straps will come off. Once the straps are off, you can lift me up by my parachute on both sides, and you can pull me out of the jet with my chute. It'd be easier to grab onto my chute and pull me out. As far as the buckle goes on the lap belt, it's a 5-point harness. You have to open and spread the buckle to come apart. 5-point harness. Okay, to shut down the engine, this is the main fuel cock right here, lower left side of the cockpit. Just pull this. It's going to be forward if the engine's running. Just pull this rearward. The fuel pumps are on the left side. All the switches, inboard is off, outboard is on, so you'd want to pull those back. On the right side, you have the battery right here, and again, outboard is on, inboard is off. Okay, the smoke tank is this one on the right wing. The same tank on the other wing will hold 50 gallons of fuel, but it's not being used and that pump's turned off. The same fuel switch that's later on the video in the cockpit that says LE on it with all the fuel pumps, that's what controls this tank, and it holds 55 gallons of smoke oil. All the switches, the leading edge pump right here, that's the smoke oil, that's my fuel pump, and a fuel pump. All the switches, these are on the left side of the jet. That white handle, you pull it back, that will shut off the engine. That's the main fuel controller. Over here on the right side, you have the batteries. Important note in this jet, every switch inboard is off and outboard is on.